Joining me again today is another legend of Nigerian football, a man who's played 48 times for the national team, scoring 6 goals in the process. Began his career right here within the shores of Nigeria, played for teams like Julius Berger, played for teams like 3SC as well, where he's a household name, and then played his football abroad, majorly in Spain for Real Madrid, Sociedad, Racing Santander, just to name a few. And he's a veteran of 3 FIFA World Cups and has also been to 2 Africa Cup of Nations as well. A man simply known as the headmaster. When I say that, I'm sure you know automatically who I'm talking about. It's none other than Mutiu Adepoju. Mutiu, good to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm pleased to be here again. Thank you.
Okay. Now, this is majorly about you as a footballer, you as a person, your thoughts about the round leather game, something that brought you fame and fortune, But let's talk about first about the African footballer, when you take a look, especially as we take a look at the qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup, the Africa Cup of Nations, of which Nigeria has qualified as well. Do you think that the present African footballer has lost the passion, the zeal for the game, and is more concerned with the business side of it and the social media representation that the game of football brings forward?
Well, if I have to start, I'll say something about that. I think, everything evolves, this life. And, so also it's, football. And we've seen, football evolve into a stage in which there are social media, there are technologies and all that. So I think, all that too has added into, what is making football to be progressing. And for African footballer, I think that rudiment and that thing that's inbuilt and all that is not much there. Just the business and the other aspect of it is
because it just seems like the African footballers are a lot more concerned with their social media presence, what the people who watch them think about them more, as against their inputs as far as the game is concerned. I asked you, I remember a couple of days ago, about how back in your day, you didn't find footballers who were going to the salon, dyeing their hairs in different colors, but today that seems to be the hallmark of every footballer.
You can never find them that time because even, some of the coaches, want you to have, your hairstyle, in a certain way, which is not going to be too sophisticated and all that. You always want to, be like yourself and not trying to show off and all that. But nowadays, a lot of things, social media has, it was really, and I think, it's distracting some of, most of the players, because, if you depend on social media, what people say about you and all that, you will not really focus on, the game that you are playing, and you will be looking for what people are saying about you, and that's, kind of, distraction too. So I just think that, footballers, should know when to engage in social media and not. I'm not saying that because, it's, the in thing now. And I'm not saying that, they should not engage in social media. But, at least when you are playing this game and, you are focusing on, the how you're going to better yourself and how you're going to make the game grow, how you're going to win. The secondary thing, should be social media.
Taking a look at the qualifiers for the Africa Cup of Nations and the World Cup as well. This is something that people argue about on a regular basis, And I'm of the belief that there are still small nations, as far as football is concerned. Do you believe that mindset? Do you think there are still minnows in African football and even dovetailing into world football?
Yes, definitely there are going to be minnows. The only thing is, that, a certain country, for example, like Nigeria, we have to, be moving forward, we have to evolve and, just living. But if, the minnows that we think that are minnows are coming up to get towards us and, we are not moving forward, I think, I mean, that's, I mean, when we are having, I mean, all these problems, I mean, but definitely, a team like Nigeria cannot be pushed aside by a small country and all that. We know that, I mean, we have the talent, we have, I mean, the players and all that. And, I mean, they should just, I mean, make the statement and, I mean, try as much as possible to make sure that when you are meeting a small country, so-called small country, I mean, you have to, I mean, beat them silly or try and make statements so that, I mean, you're going to be respected.
Now, going to the FIFA World Cup, it's an expanded version, yeah? 48 teams participate. Africa has 9 representatives, maybe even 10, depending on, you know, what happens with the playoffs. Is it about time that Africa, I mean, yes, we have on the verge of getting to the semifinals. Remember what happened between Ghana and Uruguay?
Yes.
You know, but when you look at the amount of talent that Africa has and has, you know, showcased to the world in the last editions of the FIFA World Cup, you know, is it about time that an African nation wins the World Cup? Can an African country win the FIFA World Cup?
I believe, I mean, it's possible, but it's going to be very difficult because, I mean, Europe is not waiting for us. And, I mean, even America, South America, and all these, I mean, countries that have been winning it, they're not waiting. They are going and improving day by day. Yes, we have talents in Africa and all that, but are we doing what they are doing, or the way they have been managing football, are we doing it in Africa? I believe, I mean, there are some countries, I mean, that are trying their best to make it. And, I mean, very soon, probably we're going to see an African team winning the World Cup.
If I ask you which African nation you believe can be the first to win the FIFA World Cup, what would be your answer?
Well, I think, I mean, Morocco is, I mean, really trying. They are trying their best. And, I mean, in the last World Cup, we could see what, I mean, they did, I mean, where they got to. And if they continue like that, I mean, they have, I mean, that, I mean, opportunity. I think, I mean, Egypt, I mean, has that too. South Africa, they are really doing, I mean, greatly. Yes, they have not really gotten into the quarterfinal and all that, but what they are doing now, I think, I mean, their football is, I mean, improving tremendously, and I mean, they are really doing. And I mean, Nigeria too. I think, I mean, if we continue, and I mean, we really put everything, and then we should be. We were getting near in the past, and I think, I mean, Nigeria should go far more than, I mean, what, I mean, we did in the past.
Okay, let's bring it back home. Yeah, you played in the league for 3SC Julius Berger. Last time, if I remember correctly, you played in the league was back in 1989 for Berger. You came back as general manager of 3SC, yes? What can you say has been the major difference between when you played in the Nigerian league and what you see today? Has there been any kind of improvements, either in the football itself or in the administration of the game?
In the administration, I think, I mean, there has been improvements, but it's not as much as, I mean, it should be. Not as much as, I mean, what I see, the involvement of football in Europe, because when I got, I mean, to Spain, I mean, I knew the stage I met, most especially, I mean, Real Madrid, when I first got there, and what they have now. I mean, it's
miles ahead.
Total change entirely, and I mean, we could see how Bernabeu is, and I mean, so also it's other clubs in Europe, in Spain, particularly, and I mean, the league has been improving, and they have been moving forward and all that, and that's, I mean, the kind of change that, I mean, I really want Nigerian football to be, and unfortunately, we have seen, I mean, some clubs, I mean, like Remo Stars, I mean, doing, I mean, greatly, both with, I mean, facilities and the way they see football, the way they are administering football and all that. As I mean, it's, I mean, very, very, very good, and I have to commend them for that. And I mean, some other clubs in Nigeria, they are doing well too. But I still believe that we can do much more better than what we're doing now.
Okay, back in '94, you guys shocked the world. Winning the Africa Cup of Nations was expected. So I'm not going to say you shocked the world then, but what you accomplished at the FIFA World Cup, you know, everyone up until tomorrow is still talking about it. If you were to pick one player from the '94 squad and say, without this individual, the team would not have performed optimally, who would that one player be?
Well, I can pick many players.
Just one.
But I think late Rashidi Yekini was a very, very fundamental part of that team that qualified and played the World Cup. I would pick Finidi Okocha. I mean, there are many great players that I can pick, but those are the really players that I can just pinpoint.
Okay. Of all the teams that you played for in Europe, where did you play your very best football? Which was your favorite club?
Well, when I got to Real Madrid, I played in a very, very big role in the second team. I mean, moving to the first team, because actually, the team then I played the game that then when I got to Racing Santander, it was a move forward entirely, and I was able to be part of the players that promoted the team after so many years in the second division, and getting into the fourth division then, and I really did, and Real Sociedad too. In those three clubs, I think I played the best game that I think I was so I don't know how to put it, but I really had good time playing football there.
Okay, as a young footballer, when you go to Europe, I'm sure the culture shock, was immense. And for an African player, if you were to advise an upcoming youngster who's looking to play football abroad, what would be your advice on how best to deal with the issue of racism? Because I'm sure that in your time, you must have occasionally, suffered, racial slurs. I mean, we all know what Vinicius Jr. is going through now, playing for Real Madrid. How did you deal with those issues, playing in Spain?
Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Because during that period, nobody came to me to do it face to face. And I always knew that, opposing team, they will always want to destabilize you and all that. So I was not paying attention to whatever they are saying. And I rather concentrate on the game I play, rather than listening to what the fans are going to say about it. Because when I'm playing at home, my own fans will not abuse me racially. So I was very sure of that. So if I'm going away, I knew that I would face anything to destabilize me, but I don't pay. I was not paying attention to anything like that.
All right, final question, because we have to go. What would be your greatest regrets as a footballer?
The greatest regrets. I think in those days, when I was in Real Madrid, second team, and I was not able to break into the first team, and not because of anything, not because of racial or anything, because only 3 foreigners could play in the first team. That time, and they had great players and all that. So I think, I mean, that's just it. And then, another thing, not being able to win the under-20 World Cup that we got to the final. And those are the things that, I mean, I really regret.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us,
Yes,
Mutiu. We appreciate everything that you've done for Nigerian football and will continue to do for Nigerian football.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here.
All right, so that was the headmaster himself, Mutiu Adepoju, speaking to us and bearing his mind as far as issues around world football is concerned. My name is Charles Anazodo. Thank you for watching.